Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today's class is going to introduce some upper body control movements, as well as including some strengthening exercises for abdominals and our core as well. So we're going to take a nice gentle pace through the class today. So remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy it. So we're going to start the class today in standing and have a warm up, and then we're going to come down and continue the class onto our mats. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet are that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight forwards, coming to the front of your toes and then back onto heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Just look to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are soft, we're not locked back, hands up into your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and then we're tilting it back. So just gently forwards and back from here. And again, just look to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that pelvis in that nice neutral position. That core's gently engaged, those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted. Perfect. So we're going to float our hands up to shoulder height, and we're going to start with our toy soldier movement. So we're going to raise one hand up towards the ceiling and then lower back down. Opposite arm lifted and down. So make sure you don't let those ribs flare. We're keeping that control as we lift the arm and lower, so keeping that connection between those ribs and those hip bones. Good. Now if you can, we're going to raise the opposite heel at the same time and then switch. So into a little bit of a rhythm there with that, so switching and switching. So raising opposite heel. Good. So once you get into a rhythm with that, it's a little bit easier. Well done. So just gently moving through, keeping that pelvis relatively level, so keeping that core engaged as I'm moving through. Just gently stretching through that upper back. Good, walking through. Lovely, so just stretching through those ankles, those toes as well, as we're walking through here. Lovely. A few more. Reaching up, switching sides. Good. Reaching up and switching sides. Good. Walking through each side, well done. Reaching up. Lovely, let's do one more each side. And then lower those arms and those feet back down. Well done, relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so we're just going to engage our shoulder blades a little bit here. So I want you to bring your elbows into your side. And we're going to reach those hands up above our head. And we're going to squeeze those elbows back down, squeezing the shoulder blades down. Good, so reach your hands above your head. Drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Reach those hands up, drop the elbow down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. And again, above your head, drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And again, lifting up, drop down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lovely. And again, dropping down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift back up. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and lifting back up. Lovely. Dropping down, last few here, reaching up and dropping down. Good. Lifting up one more time, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back and lifting up. Well done. Bring those arms wide, relax those shoulders. Very good. Okay, so we're going to work our legs a little bit more here into some squat movements. So keeping those knees at hip width distance apart, we're going to drop down into a squat and lift back up. So bottom dropping behind you, lifting up, knees going over those toes. Well done, staying that hip width distance apart. So dropping down, lifting up. So you can bring those arms in if you want to. So reaching forwards and back. Well done. And again, dropping down, lifting up. Drop down and lift up. Well done. Drop down and lift up. Good. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to drop down, bring those arms along the side of the body, and then we're going to pulse those arms. So we're going to hold this squat and we're pulsing, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Good. Pulsing those arms, breathing in and out. One more time, breathing in and out. And then we're coming back up. Well done. Okay, so let's see if we can do that one more time with those arm pulses. So we're going to drop down, bring those arms along that side of the body, and we're going to pulse those arms. So still breathing in and out. Oh, we're holding this squat. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. One more time. Breath in and out. And then floating those arms back up. Well done, relax those down. Well done. Okay, so bring those feet a little bit wider. So another widening out of those, wider than those hips. Toes pointing out in that 45-degree angle. So we're going to drop down into our side plie, bring those arms nice and wide, and we're going to reach over into that side bend, stretch through that side. Well done. Bring those arms back to the center and lifting back up. Good. And again, dropping down, opposite side, reaching over, lengthen through that side, bring those arms wide and lifting back up. Good. And again, dropping down, opposite side, reach over into that side bend. Well done. Folding back to that middle and lifting up. Lovely. And again, dropping down, reaching over, lengthen through that side, back to that center and lifting up. Lovely. Let's do one more each side. So dropping down, reaching over, lengthen through that side, back to the center and lifting up. Good. Last time. Dropping down, reaching over. Good. Back to the center and lifting back up. Well done. So bring those feet back to that hip width distance apart. I'm going to do a few roll downs from here. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in at your end point, and then as you breathe out, slowly restacking, gently coming back up into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling down through that spine, rolling into that C shape as you come down towards the mat. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly coming back up into standing. Good. Okay, so we're going to come to the end of my mat. I'm just going to roll into 4-point kneeling in a minute. We're going to do another roll down first. So breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out again, just re-stacking slowly that spine back up into standing. Good. Okay, so we're going to roll down onto the mat now. So breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands down towards the mat. Just when you get to your end point, I want you to take a breath in here. As you breathe out, sink down a little further, breath in. And on that out breath, soften those knees, and we're going to walk our hands down and come down to continue our class onto the mat here. Okay, so we're going to continue our class here in 4-point kneeling. So we're going to begin with my hands underneath those shoulders, knees are underneath those hips. My back is nice and flat, that core's just gently engaged, that belly button just drawn just slightly up towards the spine there. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to start with our cat crawl movement. So just to start with, we're going to lower one forearm down onto the mat, then the other arm, and then we're going to come back up. Good, so we'll repeat that. Down with the forearm, other arm, lifting back up. Good, and again, lowering down and lifting up. Good, so we're really thinking about that connection with that core, keeping that control, and we're keeping that control around that shoulder blade area as well. Good, so we're lowering down and lifting up. Good, and again, lower down each side and lifting up. Very good, so keep going here, lowering down each side and lifting back up. Well done, and again. Good. Keep that core gently engaged. Last few, lowering down and lifting up. Beautiful. And again, lower down and lifting up. Good. Dropping down, still breathing. Well done. Last one here. Drop down and then lifting back up. Perfect. Well done. So we're coming back into that 4-point kneeling. Hands under those shoulders, elbows soft. Knees under those hips. Good. So work on a little bit of single arm control here. So keep those elbows soft. I'm going to take my right arm back along the side of my body and I'm going to do 5 little pulses. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm back down. Opposite arm, I'm going to tap my shoulder. Good. So the opposite arm now I'm going to take alongside my body and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm down. Opposite arm, tap my shoulder. Good, and again, reach this arm back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, tap with that opposite arm. Good, and again, reach this arm back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, tap the shoulder with the other arm. Good, and again, we're reaching that arm back. 5 little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm down, tap the shoulder with that opposite arm. Good. Reaching back, and again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm down, and we're going to tap the shoulder with that opposite arm. Good. Reach that arm alongside the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. lower back down, and we're going to tap the shoulder. Good. Reaching that arm back, and again, 5 little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, tap with the other shoulder. Good. One more time each side. So reaching back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, tapping the opposite shoulder. Good. Reach that arm back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, tap the shoulder, and then drop down. Well done. So good control work there through the upper body. So let's have a nice stretch out through those shoulders. Reaching those fingers forward, just dropping that bottom down onto your heels. So take a nice deep breath in here. As you breathe out, just sink down into that, stretch that a little bit further. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down. Well done. One more time, breath in. And as you breathe out, relaxing down. Good. So we're going to come back up into 4-point kneeling. I'm going to work those arms and that core a little bit more, and we're going to do a few press-ups here. So we're going to stay in this box press position to begin with, and we're going to lower that breastbone and that forehead down onto the mat, and we're going to do 8 reps here. So we're going to go 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then coming back up. Well done. So we're going to keep that neck long, lowering that breastbone down towards the mat. Okay, let's do another set. Here we go. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lifting back up here. Well done. Drop down, have a little stretch out through those arms again if you want to. Very good. Lovely. So we're going to come back into 4-point kneeling. Last time here. We're just going to do a nice little stretch through that upper body with our thread the needle movement. So we're going to take one arm, we're going to thread that arm through and under, following with your head, looking round, and then coming back up. Good. So we're going to reach through the other arm, so just rotating as far as you feel comfortable, and then back up. So we're alternating sides, just to make sure we don't make our wrists too sore. We're going to reach through, looking round, and then back up. Good. And again, reaching around, through and under, and then back up. Good. So rotating through the upper body and lifting up. Lovely. And again, rotating through and up. Good. And again, rotate through and up. Lovely. Rotating around and back. Good. Let's just do one more each side. Through and under and up, and then last time through and under, and then back up from there. Fantastic. Okay, so if you've got a little block, we'll use that now, a little pillow or towel for your head, and we're going to drop down onto our fronts from here, and just resting your forehead either onto the mat or onto that pillow, and I'm going to bring my arms down by my side. So my feet are that hip width distance apart here. And we're going to just work our upper body, so great muscles to work on our posture here. So to start with, I'm going to keep my head down onto that mat or that towel, whatever you're using, and we're going to just squeeze the shoulder blades. So lift the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back, and then lower down. Now you can see it's not a big movement. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades down and back, and then lower down. Now if you can, we can just raise those hands just off the mat, but they shouldn't be higher than my shoulders. So squeeze the shoulders down and back, just lifting those fingers just off the mat, and lower. If you're reaching those hands too high, that changes the movement quite a bit. So really feel those shoulder blades sinking down and back, as if you're tucking them down into your back pocket. So down and back, good, and then lowering down, good. And again, tucking down and back here, neck staying relaxed, good. We're working through that upper body and lowering, good. And again, squeezing the shoulder blades down and back and lowering down, lovely. And again, good, and down. Squeezing those shoulder blades down and back and lower, good. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to squeeze the shoulders down and back, hands just raised just alongside my legs. I'm going to hold this position. If you can, we're going to do 8 little pulses with our hands. So we can go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower those shoulders back down. Very good. Okay, so if you can, we're going to do that one more time. So we're going to lift those shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Fingers lengthen through, and we do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower those hands down. Lower those shoulders back down from there. Very good. Okay, so this time we're going to reach our arms above our head. So I'm going to bring my hands just slightly wider than those shoulder width apart. My head's still staying relaxed down onto that mat, or onto your little towel or pillow you're using. Feet still that hip width distance apart. So make sure that belly button's still drawn up towards that spine, so we're still engaging that core. And we're going to just lift one hand up towards the ceiling. At the same time, if you can, we're going to reach the opposite leg and then lower back down. And we're going to alternate sides, so opposite arm and leg, and then lower down. Good, so squeeze that bottom to lift the leg, and lowering, good. So keeping that core engaged, so our bottom muscles doing the work here, lifting that leg. Very good. So thumb up towards the ceiling, so we're lifting that arm upwards and down. So it's not a big lift, don't expect to go too high. We're just controlling that movement as we're lifting and lowering. Good. Lifting and lowering. Keeping that core gently engaged, just working through, lengthening through the whole body here. Good. So if you can, we're going to breathe out as we lift, breathe in as we lower. Breathe out as we lift, breathe in as we lower. But most importantly, make sure you're not holding your breath. Just keep breathing nice and slowly in your own pace if you need to. Good. Breathing out, lifting up, breathing in to lower. Well done. And down. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Do a few more here. Keep those bottom muscles engaged. Well done. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Let's do one more each side. Good. And then lowering back down. Well done. So I'm going to bring those arms down so they're kind of at my shoulder height into that L shape here. And we're going to bring my feet just slightly wider than those hips this time. And we're going to go into our Cobra stretch. So just have a nice stretch into extension from here. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to peel that head, that breastbone, those ribs and that tummy just slowly off the mat. Keep that neck nice and long so that chin's tucked in here. Breath in. And as you breathe out, just gently walking that tummy, those ribs, that breastbone, and then that head back down onto the mat. Lovely. And again, breath in. As we breathe out, lifting up that breastbone, peeling those ribs, that tummy, just extending into that co-position. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, just gently, slowly peeling back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, lengthening through, keeping that neck nice and long. Well done. Breath in. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking back down onto the mat. Perfect. Let's do one last time. So breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, just peeling slowly, just to where you're comfortable. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, gently walking down through those ribs, that breastbone, and then head back down onto the mat. Brilliant. Well done. Okay, so we're going to move that to one side. We're going to come round onto our backs from here. Okay. So just coming down onto your back on the mat. We can have our feet, knees, that hip width distance apart. Just to start with, I want you just to tilt that pelvis forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis is in that nice neutral position. That core is just gently engaged, those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Good, so we're going to have our arms relaxed down by our side, and we're going to go up into our bridge to start with. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, we're going to walk that spine gently back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. Tucking that pelvis under. Use those bottom muscles to help you lift up into that bridge. Good, breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up, breath in here. Then as you breathe out, gently walking down. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down onto the mat. Good. Now this time we're going to add some arm movements in. So we're going to tuck that pelvis under again, lifting up into that bridge. Holding that position, we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling. I want you to keep that bottom lifted and take one arm back behind your head and then forwards, opposite arm back and forwards. So we're going to do that again each side, reaching back and forwards and again. Forwards, then keep those arms there. We're going to lower that spine back down onto the mat and then lower the arms down to join. Very good. Okay, let's do that again. Breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, float the hands up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades down, and then we're going to reach one arm back above our head and forwards, and again, opposite arm and forwards, and again each side. Good, and back, and again. Forwards, breath in. As you breathe out, lower that spine back down onto the mat, float those hands down to join. Very good. Okay, let's do this again. Breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Float those hands up towards the ceiling. Keep that lifted if you can. We're going to reach our arm back above our head and forwards, and again. Forwards, reaching back with those arm scissors. Back, opposite arm. And we're going to do one more rep each side here if you can. Reaching back and forwards, and again. Forwards, and then lowering back down. Lower those arms down to join. Good. Let's do one more time. So breath in. As you breathe out, lifting that bottom, coming up into that bridge, float the hands up to the ceiling. Then we're going to reach the arm back and forwards. Other arm back and forwards again. Reaching back, forwards, and again above your head and back. And again each side here as we did before. Good. And back. And we're going to add one more set in, reaching back and forwards and again. And then we're going to slowly lower back down onto the mat and lower those hands down to join. Very good. Let's bring those knees and have a quick hug. Stretch that out. Well done. Good. So breath in and out here. Just stretch out through that back. Good. Nice breath in and out. And then just lowering those legs back down one at a time, back to that start. Okay, so we're going to work through our abdominals a little bit here, and we're going to add in our crisscross movement, so to bring in our obliques a bit. So I'm going to put my hands behind my head here to support my neck, and we can keep our feet down onto the mat here to start with. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up, look my eye line to that opposite knee, then lower back down. And again, lifting, opposite knee this time, looking, and then down. Good. So we're going to reaching up and lowering down. Good. Reaching up and down. If you want to challenge it a little bit more, you can bring both legs up into double tabletop and we can hold this position. So it's up to you, feet on the ground or feet lifted. Pick what feels comfortable for you. And we're lifting and lowering. Good. Lifting and lowering. Just supporting that head with my arms as I'm lifting and lowering. Good. Still keeping that core engaged. Just alternating sides. That little crisscross movement here. Good. And down. Well done. Lifting up and lowering. Breathing out as you're lifting up. Breathing as you lower down. Well done. Keep going here. Well done. Lifting and lowering. So just working through those tummies a little bit. Good. Lift up and lower. Well done. Last few. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Let's do one more each side. Good. And then lower that head down. If those feet are lifted, we're going to lower them back down one at a time, back to that start. Very good. Okay, so we're going to do our double leg stretch here. So really connecting that upper body with those legs. So we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling. We're just going to start with our arms to get this movement right to begin with. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, I'm going to reach my arms above my head, come round in this D shape, and then coming back up to the ceiling. So breathing out as you reach above, breathe in as you come back round and up. So breathing out as you reach above, breathe in as you come back round. Good. making sure my ribs aren't flaring as I bring my arms above my head. So keep that connection between those ribs and those hip bones. So keeping that core engaged as you're reaching above, coming around and back. Lovely. One more time here. Good. And back. Okay, lovely. So we're going to add in our legs. So we're going to reach one leg into tabletop. As we reach the arms above your head, you're going to reach the leg away and coming back together. Good. Lower back down, opposite leg lifted. Reaching away, folding back together. Good. And again, breathing out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. So it's one nice smooth movement. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. And again, breathing out, breathing in to fold back. So one nice smooth movement from here. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. Breathe out as you reach away, breathe in as you fold back. So if that's comfortable here, you can bring both legs up into double tabletop if you want to. And we're breathing out and in the same. Reaching away, alternating sides of those legs, coming around and back. So breathe out as you reach away, breathe in to fold back. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. Breathing out, breathing in. Good. Coming around and back. Lovely. Reaching away, folding back. Very good. And back. Breathing out, breathing in to fold back. Breathing out as you come around and back. Lovely. So one nice smooth movement as they're coming around and back. Lovely. Keeping that connection between those ribs and those hip bones. Well done. Opening around and back. A few more here. Remember, if you've lifted your legs and you feel it's too much, you can always go back to that single leg. You don't have to stay at one level. We can mix and match between those. Well done. Reaching away and folding back. Last few here. Good. And back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Good. Breathe out as you reach away. Breathe in as you fold back. Well done. Let's do one more each side. Well done. Reaching away, folding back, reaching away, folding back. And then lower those legs if they're lifted, and then we're going to lower those arms back down from there. Well done. Let's just bring those knees in one at a time. Have a quick little hug just to stretch that out. Very good. Nice breath in and out here as we're holding that stretch. Very good. Okay, so we're going to stretch out through our hamstrings now. So I want you just to bring one leg up towards the ceiling, toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to flex the foot, lower the leg back down, point the toes, lift it back up. Flex the foot, lower back down, point the toes, lifting back up. Good. Flex the foot to lower down, point the toes, lifting up. Flex the foot, lowering down, point the toes, lifting up. So we're just kind of dynamically stretching through the back of this leg. Flex the foot to lower. Point the toes to lift up, flex the foot to lower. Good. Point the toes to lift up, flexing the foot to lower. Point the toes to lift up, flexing to lower. Well done. And again, point to lift up, flexing to lower. Last few here. And lowering down. Well done. Point to lift up. Good. Last time. Flexing to lower down. Well done. Coming back to that start, and we're going to lower that leg down. Excellent. Same on the other side. So pointing those toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to flex the foot, lower that leg down. Point the toes, lifting back up. Flex the foot, lower down. Point the toes, lifting up. Flexing the foot, lower down. Point the toes, lifting up. So nice controlled movement. Just dynamically stretching out through the back of that leg. Flexing the foot to lower, pointing the toes, lift up. Good. Flex to lower. Pointing to lift up, good. Flex to lower down and point to lift up, good. Last few here, lifting and lowering that leg, good. Pointing to lift up, flexing to lower. Point to lift up and flex to lower. One more time, pointing to lift up, flexing to lower. Well done. And then slowly lower that leg back down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to stretch out a little bit here with our rotation stretch. So arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can. Use those toe muscles to bring those knees back up and then over to that opposite side. Good. Using those toe muscles, coming back up. Dropping those knees over, turning that head to the opposite side. Well done. Lifting up, drop the knees over, turning that head, opening out through that spine. And then coming back up. Good. And again, drop the knees over, turning that head. Well done. and lifting up. So just opening out through that spine, rotating that head to the opposite side just to increase that stretch slightly. Just enjoying that stretch here, feels nice to do. Just opening out through that back, good. Drop the knees over, lifting up and opening out through that side, well done. Perfect, we'll just do last few here, drop the knees over, well done. And lifting up, good. Dropping over and lifting up, lovely. Well done. Rotating side to side. Let's do one more each side, drop those knees over, turn that head, coming back up and over to that opposite side, well done. And then lifting those knees back to that centre, bring those arms back down by your side. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come up into sitting just to finish with a few stretches here. So sitting with your legs out in front or your legs crossed, however you're comfortable. So just to begin with, I want you just to really think about that neck being long, those shoulders drop down. We're going to bring our elbows into our side here. That weight's kind of going evenly through those sitting bones as well. Lovely. Okay, so that chin's just tucked in gently there. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I'm going to open those hands out, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then folding back. Good. And again, opening out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently back, and folding in. And again, squeeze the shoulder blades gently back, and folding in. Lovely. So just opening out gently through that chest, folding back. Good. And again, opening out and folding back. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades gently back and forwards. Lovely. Opening out and back. Good. So this next one, we're going to open out, keep those arms wide. We're going to reach them above our head and then squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. So reach those hands together above your head, drop the elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Good. And again, reaching up. Drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back, and lifting up. Good. And again, squeezing those shoulder blades down and back, and lifting up. Good. Squeezing down and back, and lifting up. One more time, drop down, and lifting up, well done, and then bring those arms wide, coming back to that start, well done. Okay, so we're just going to finish off with stretching out through our neck. So I'm just going to drop my chin down, just looking down towards my right knee here, and just feel that lengthening through that opposite side through the neck. Keep those shoulders down, so just breathing in and out. As you breathe out, just relaxing down through that neck. Good, breath in and out. Good, and again, breath in and out. Well done. Then just dropping that chin down to that center, lengthen through the back of the neck here. Breathing in and out, sinking those shoulders down. Good. Then we're going to look to that left knee here. Feel that stretch through that opposite side of the neck. Just let any tension there just roll off that neck. Well done. Breathing in and out, keeping those shoulders sunk down as you're breathing out. Good. Sinking down, breath in and out. And then drop that chin back to that center. Well done. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And then slowly lifting that head back up. Nice and tall. Well done. Fantastic. Well done today. I hope you've enjoyed the class and hopefully see you again soon.